Hello, dear students. As you have finished the chapter first, we are going to start with chapter 2. It's a very interesting topic. It is about physical quantities and measurement. Now we come to two terms here. You see mass and volume. You already have an idea about mass and volume, isn't it? Let us just revise. Mass is defined as the quantity of matter contained in a body. And volume is the space occupied by the body. So you know that mass is the quantity of matter and volume is the space occupied by the body. Now, is there any relationship between these two terms, mass and volume? Does more mass of a body mean that it has more volume? That means if we say mass is more, does it mean that it will occupy more space? Is there any relation? Or if more mass then volume should be less, is there any such relation? So we are going to find out the relation between the mass and volume of a body in this lesson. Now you see here, what do you see here? We see here 1 kg iron and 1 kg cotton. That is mass of both these iron and cotton. They are two different substances, but their masses are same. So we want to understand whether equal masses of substance have equal volume. So you see that here the masses are equal. Isn't it? Masses are equal, so are the volumes equal? Look carefully. See, masses are equal, 1 kg, 1 kg. But what about the volume? Are they equal? Are they occupying the same space? What is your answer? Hmm? Your answer is no. The cotton has more volume. You can see the fluffy cotton is filling up so much space. Isn't it? Occupying so much space. While the iron is very compact, the molecules are closely arranged, more packed, so the volume is small. So even though the masses are equal, the volumes are different. Okay. Now let us go on to another example. Wow, there is an iron slab and a sponge. You see both have the same volume. We have cut similar pieces of iron slab and sponge. Okay. Now volume are equal. So do equal volumes of substances have equal masses? Will they have the same mass? How will we know mass? Mass and weight we use it as same thing now, even though we are going to understand that there is difference between mass and weight, but more is the mass, more will be the weight anyway. So just try to lift both iron slab in your right hand and sponge in your left hand. So you will see your left hand will go easily upwards, but the iron slab will be little difficult to lift because you have already experienced this if you have taken part in shot put, isn't it? There also when you lift up that iron ball, it is so difficult, isn't it? So same way you know that even though here the volumes are same, but the masses will be different. Iron slab has more mass. So let us see the answers. So here we have equal volumes of iron and sponge. Which will have greater mass? Already your answer is ready. You are right. The iron slab will have more mass. This is the iron slab contains more molecules than the sponge in the given fixed space. So in a given space, if you want to find out how many molecules are there, so in the given space, in this space, if you compare the molecules present in iron and sponge, you will see that the molecules of iron will be more. They are thickly populated here. So when the population of molecules is more, we say they are very densely populated, isn't it? You have learned population also. Density of population. So here you are going to see the density of matter. So we conclude that what is our observation in these cases? Equal masses of different substances have different volumes. See, even though we took equal masses of what we took iron and cotton, but we saw that they are different volumes. And equal volumes of different substances have different masses. Even though we took equal volumes of sponge and iron, we know that they had different masses. So that means we have to use, to relate mass and volume, we have to take the help of somebody else, some other term, and that term is called the density. Okay, so that is how the density came into existence. So here some common observation is there. If you take 1 kg sugar and you take 1 kg iron, okay, 1 kg iron will be a small piece, while sugar will be a big heap of sugar. 1 kilo sugar, if you buy, you know that it is a heap of sugar. So we say that iron is denser than sugar. That means sugar will occupy more volume because the molecules are little far, while iron occupies less volume because it has more densely packed molecules. So we say iron has more density. Now here the mass of iron cube is more than the mass of identical aluminium cube. Mass of iron cube is more because the density of iron is more, molecules are more closely packed. Okay, so even though the volumes are same, iron will have more mass. The mass of aluminium cube is more than mass of identical glass cube. So you see aluminium is denser than glass, while iron is denser than aluminium. So if you want to arrange in increasing order, the least dense is glass, next will be aluminium, and the highest density will be iron. The mass of glass cube is more than the mass of wooden cube. So somebody less than glass cube is wood. Okay, wood has less density. Okay, so if you want to arrange now, we will say wood, more than that is glass, more than that is aluminium, more than that is iron. Okay, then in terms of liquids, we know milk has more mass than equal volume of water. So we will say milk is denser. So we have to consider density means the mass of same volume of substances. So we have to take the equal volumes and then see which has more mass, and we can say it is more denser. So that's how we come to the definition of density. Very important. Density of a substance is defined as the mass per unit volume of that substance. So if you know the volume and you know the mass, you have to just divide. Density is equal to mass by volume. This is the definition. Remember, density is equal to mass by volume. You have already learnt it in your 7th standard. Simple problem. We'll just see the mass of an iron cube of volume 10. What is the volume? 10. What is the mass? 78 gram. So we want to find the density of iron. Just take mass by volume. Mass is 78. Volume is 10. So 78 by 10, that is 7.8 unit gram per centimeter cube, because this is mass is gram and this is centimeter cube. So you will have gram per centimeter cube. The mass of 1 centimeter cube of water is 1 gram. So we will say density of water is what? 1 gram by 1. So 1 gram per centimeter cube. So this is very important. You learn this, that the density of water is 1 gram per centimeter cube. Okay. Then unit of density. So when you take unit of density, you have to put unit of mass in the numerator and unit of volume in the denominator. So it is kilogram per meter cube. Okay, this is very important unit. This is also called the SI unit of density. SI unit of see, mass is kilogram and volume of is cubic meter. So SI unit of density is kilogram per meter cube. Then CGS unit also is there, which is when you take mass, you take in gram and volume in cubic centimeter. So CGS unit of density will be gram per centimeter cube. Okay. So this is very important. Then you have to find the relationship between kilogram per meter cube and gram per centimeter cube. Now 1 kilogram per meter cube is, so you have to convert kilogram into gram. So 1 kilogram means 1000 gram. And meter cube means meter into meter into meter. So 1 meter is 100 centimeter into 100 centimeter into 100 centimeter. So when you cancel, 3 zeros will cancel and you will get 1 kilogram per meter cube is equal to 1 gram per 1000 centimeter cube. Okay. So that means if you want to convert gram per centimeter cube into 1000, you have to take this 1000 to the other side. So it will be 1 gram per centimeter cube is equal to 1000 kilogram per meter cube. So this is a very simple relationship. If the density is given in gram per centimeter cube and you are asked to convert it into kilogram per meter cube, you have to just multiply it with 1000. So if I say what is 5 gram per centimeter cube, so you will say it is 5000 kilogram per meter cube. And the reverse, if it is asked, if it is given in kilogram per meter cube, then you have to divide it by 1000 to get in gram per centimeter cube. So remember this relationship. I hope you have learnt it in your 7th standard also. Now, when we are given questions relating mass, volume and density, so you remember this triangle MDV. This triangle, no, M you write on top, D and V down. So when mass is asked, it is volume into density. When density is asked, it is mass by volume. And when volume is asked, it is mass by density. So you can do any numerical problem based on this. So today I have given you some homework. You try these sums and please send it to me in my WhatsApp. Okay. So I hope you have understood this, and I will explain to you once again these numerical problems in audio clips. Okay.